Okay, I'm back again. Once again, my name is Indy Lavu, and that's the name that I've given myself. My birth name on this planet, inside my mom, she was is Jeanette Allman. I'm not afraid of her. I'm not trying to hide from her. Don't want people to know about her. Her story is going to get told. The name of that story is going to be the day that I had my awakening, or the moment I had my awakening, or whatever the case may be. And it's going to, it's beautiful. But anyways, I can't get into all of that. Um, okay, right now, anyways, I'm going to tell my whole life story of Jeanette Altman leading up to Indy Lavu. It's going to be a movie, no doubt. No diggity. Anywho, I'm a weirdo sometimes. I act weird. I call it weird. Everybody tells me, stop saying that, stop saying it. But I've always said it in my life, this life, or whatever the case may be, because people used to say it to me. And so now I say it just because out of it being normal, or whatever the case may be. But I'm not weird. I'm not crazy by far. I'm really intelligent and I love myself. But anywho, okay, so the war, the first war, um, the Heavenly Father, okay. First of all, I need y'all to know that the chicken came before the egg. And they're like, why would you say that? Okay, well, this is what this is about. All right, the first being to ever exist in the universe um, is my capital SGM. And she smiles every time I say it. My capital SGM, that's my supreme grandmother. That's the first and the only one of her kind. I know people say that there's different galaxies, different alter realities and stuff like that. I need y'all to understand that that's all happening here inside of my mom right now. And the other alternate universes that people speak of is because they remember a home away from this one, right? And you can all the ones that only remember this place. And I know that there's a lot of nationalities, shades and colors, species of different people here that say that they came from here. That's fine. You were born again and born again and born again until you were. And for the women, I'm the mother for sure. There's not one woman on this planet that actually has a reproduction system that has actual bleeding, not from pain or not. It doesn't natural periods. Okay, and I say that because I love all of my LGD, all of my babies. Okay, I used to be gay for a long time, long time. Anywho, it's okay, but we love you all. Me in the heavens. I want to make that real clear. The angels is how you guys got those messages. Oh, so much information. Okay, okay. My grandma Galaxy, whenever she came to be, right? It was just her in the darkness, right? Because the galaxy she's black, right? Purebred, purebred. You hear me? Thoroughbred. Okay, she's black. And there was a reflection of her in the sky, and it was a light. It was a star. It was her, right? But she's a silent type. She's been the silent type, or whatever the case may be. So being in her presence, you could feel like you're alone, but you're being carried. You live within her, right? So I'm letting you know that this is the way that the Heavenly Father and Yeshua Yahweh, my husband, brother, I said what I said. We were all created off of it. Incest, that is. That's the truth. That is the veil that was lifted. Look, if you lift something, you just lift it. You didn't take it off. You didn't get rid of it, right? The veil was lifted. Now it's a situation as though the veil has to be taken all the way off. So that means that not only my truth, that's how old I am, right? Not only my truth is being told, but everything in the galaxy. Remember, we're a reflection, a mirror of something that great that came before us, right? So that means that if we're lifting off the veil, taking the veil off, then that means that we're moving in reverse, going back to the future, or whatever the case may be, back to the brown, and then we would be clean. Black Puma, shots out. Colors is the name of the song. But anyways, okay, so going back into the future, or whatever the case may be, I know what happened before all of this. Okay, so Grandma Galaxy, she was first, right? And she's the grandmother to everybody. Just like the Heavenly Father is still, no matter who you call your Father, your God, which is the God of each planet, every single God has one planet. Every single planet has one God. The Heavenly Father made 9 sons, different planets, and he gave them a planet in a reflection of who they were, what they could manifest, what they illuminated. Right? And so the first planet was made, and then the first planet inherited what came before him, which is another one of our birthrights, ladies and gentlemen, or whatever the case may be. The Heavenly Father, so the first planet inherited the gifts of his father that came before him and his grandmother that came before him, right? And so when I say the chicken came before the egg, the female came before the male. It's the truth. And the Heavenly Father wanted me to know that. The Grandma Galaxy, she wanted me to know that, or whatever the case. I call them. If you don't consider her your grandmother, then be respectful and still call her Madam Galaxy, right? Or whatever the case may be. But she's still your grandmother nonetheless. She allow you all to have safe passage in doing all the fuckery you have done. Right? Because she loves you. The universe and the heavens, they are not doing anything bad. They're not allowing bad things to happen to you. They're not allowing bad things to happen to these children. They're not allowing all these bad things to happen, because if the heavens existed, why would they let so much bad stuff happen? I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, your motherfucking water drop, which you are, right? It illuminates waves of energy. It can be positive, it can be bad, it can be demonic, it can be addicting, it can be anything that you can possibly think of in history, in life as you know it. It can be all of that. These waves that you send out. Water drop. Right? And we have been putting out all the trauma that we were taught, all the lies that we were taught, and that's what we've been illuminating. Now for my beautiful children, like I said in the last video, if you were blessed to be able to have parents and a community, a village around you that loved you and catered to your gifts and everything like that, or whatever the case may be, then kudos. No matter what shade you are, we still love you. We don't have anything against anyone. This is about nothing but love, truth, and peace. Everything. But in the process of all of that, there's going to be some feelings hurt. Right? There's going to be some people that don't agree. There's going to be some people that are upset at what I talk about. But everything that I speak about is not only the truth, but it's your truth that before you was here. You hear me? My birthday is February the 10th, right? And they said that I'm second, right? I'm second to my mama. She's the first she of her kind, right? Yes, there is a galaxy and she is a she, right? But she's the first she planet. Right? So she has 9 brothers that came before her, right? And the first planet received gifts from the Heavenly Father and the galaxy and some of his own special ones, right? Then the next planet, he receives the last gifts from the last planet, or whatever the case may be, the Heavenly Father and the Grandma Galaxy, no matter whether, whatever they do with it. Every single planet received the gifts from the planet that came before them, planets that came before them, and the Heavenly Father and the galaxy before, about time it got to Mama Gaia. She's the first she, and it's like, whoa, that was the first disagreement. Whoa, what do you mean? Why would you even make a she? And also too, ladies and gentlemen, we do need to quickly change the dictionaries, change the wording. There should be beautiful words for women without you guys being involved in it. She, that's he. Women, men. It's just, you know what I mean. I know I pronounced it wrong, but I'm just sitting off of it saying we have to do better. And then the fact that we're called cis, or whatever the case may be in the dictionary, like, come on, don't do that. I've given birth out of my body 6 times. No, I had 1 epidural, and that was in the beginning because Nora told me not to do an epidural, and I was like, I'm grown, I'm about to do this, and I did it. Right? And it wore off in 30 minutes. I told the doctor, as he's cutting me with the scissors, I'm like, I feel that. I need to give me another shot. He was like, it's too late. Baby coming. So I felt all of it. But the second and the third and the fourth and the fifth and then the sixth, I felt all of that. No epidurals. Let's just get off up in here and get it because I'm a beast. You hear me? And I was. And it's not like, oh, you know, I'm a beast at everything. Whether I'm good, being good, passive, just a beast. And me and all my children are. Have you ever wondered why the United States children are considered some of the stupidest, worst people on the planet, right? But everybody takes our ideas. I stutter as well as cuss, but I have to be unique. Everybody has to be unique. This green hair, instantly, as soon as I woke up, I'm like, I want it green. I've been doing black and maybe blonde every now and again, and that's only to get it back to brown because I like brown, but my hair is naturally black. But anyways, and I also did not want to dye it, so it's not my hair, right? But it is my hair, right? Because it's a choice that I made for myself. And I know there's groups that's like, stop doing this, stop doing that. I'm growing locks up under here. That's something that everybody can do too. How can it don't have to look perfect. I'm not perfect. I have imperfections and I'm cool with all of it until it gets better. I'm cool with all of it until it gets better. I'm not going to dwell on the negativity, because I'm of love and truth, right? So that's the only thing that I go searching for. That's the only thing. I'm not searching a beef with nobody. You hear me? I just want the truth for myself. I just wanted to be on a piece of land building high heels because, like I said, I'm 6'4", which also equals out to be 10. I'm 6'4", and I got big feet, and I've always wanted high heels, and a lot of places don't, you know, do what I want them to do, or whatever the case may be. So I want to build high heels and clothes for tall women, or whatever the case may be, because giants, we do exist, and no, not all of us were bad. Yin and yang, light and dark. There were some that was doing something that they didn't have any business, and there was some that has always been of truth and love and peace, right? And in this new world that we're all finna go into, no matter how you feel about it, Mama Gaia, she tells me to make sure that I tell the entire world, baby, she is fixing her feng shui, and by that she means she's moving her form. For any places that's flooding, for any places as these things are happening, or whatever the case may be, what happens whenever that good stuff like that goes on? People migrate. She's moving us back to our natural form. She is moving her body. She is adjusting to where eventually, you know, the picture of the mama elephant and the baby elephant? This is going to be Africa, what we know right now to be Africa, the only Africa we've ever known. This is Africa, and every single piece of the diaspora is going to be pushed. Russia, Asia, every Africa, every place, and the map, y'all are wrong for that map. But anyways, just imagine the United States or the world map that they give us, or whatever the case may be. Not the one where it's all circles, whatever the case may be, but the world map, and you push it all. Pick up beautiful Africa, set it aside, and you push all of it back together. It is literally, I don't care how you do it, it's still going to end up being a bigger version of Africa. The ancestors told me that this will be called, as you look at the world map, Africa United. And Africa sitting right there beside it, right? So this is big Africa and this is little Africa, and that also Africa beautiful. I love you guys. Whatever the case may be, it only proves that you guys got here after we did. That area was made after the old Egypt. Old Egypt is the United States, right? And you guys came about it. Your blood is gonna show you. The blood is going to unlock it. Meanwhile, while your blood is being unlocked whenever it's time, or whatever the case may be, or you're ready for it, or however it comes to you, or whatever the case may be. Meanwhile, the wheels are still turning. The washing machine is still going. Everything is already set in place. What they used to say on all those old movies, whenever a king or a pharaoh says something, so let it be said, let it be done, let it be written. And by that I mean is that it's already the truth. They say what the heavens have for you, no man can stand in front of. What is already yours is yours, right? And so I brought up on the other video is that the Heavenly Father is the Father of all creation. So no matter whether it's a bug, no matter whether it's an animal, no matter whether it's a fish, whatever you can possibly think of, those are his children as well. So you are eating your kin. I don't give a fuck what shade or species you are eating your kin. Yeah, I said what I said, right? And they like, well, animals eat other animals or whatever the case may be. That's fine. I'm sure before they got fell from what we all fell step down. I say it's a submission. We all stepped down from grace or whatever the case may be. Maybe they were in their planet eating what they were supposed to be eating before they got taught all of this other stuff. Right? Nobody knows, because nobody's ever experienced anything, can remember everything that they've ever experienced before all of what we've been shown and taught now, right? So people can't think past that. The nose theory. People don't look further than their nose or whatever the case may be. So it's all okay. So about time. You see how I do? My team is supposed to be coming. I don't mean to say it's supposed to be like it's not going to happen. My team is already coming. They're already on their way. Even probably through this video, they're getting the memo or whatever the case may be. Everyone needs help. Everyone on this planet needs help. If someone is like making social media videos or whatever, okay, I'm going to use beautiful, I love you, Tabitha Brown. I love her. I love her. I love her family. I love everything that they represent. They're so beautiful. She's so beautiful. Her spirit, it sings to me, right? Because we're all sirens. Some of them, like how I'm doing, like Martin Luther King, just how you use it, right? Or whatever the case may be. And we're all sirens. Anyways, and she's a beautiful siren. Okay. And so not even though she doesn't sing, I know it sounds weird, but we're all sirens. What I'm doing right now, anybody preaching in the church, their voice illuminates and it draws people to it, or whatever the case may be. A siren, it causes attention. Well, what we're supposed to do in you guys' Bibles and stuff like that, it says that the heavens is going to send someone to cause attention to the church. I want to read something to you guys. No, I did not throw my Bible away after my awakening, because like I said, I love puzzles, and everything is a puzzle once you wake up, or whatever the case may be. It's just up to you to figure it out. They said the word jigsaw right now. Okay, so one night I was sitting off up in my room, or whatever the case may be, and the heavens was talking, and they love to talk. They love for you to listen. They love for you to acknowledge them. Just like how you would go to a person in your family that has passed on. You go to their grave and you talk to them, or sometimes you in your car, or wherever you are, you talk to them, you acknowledge them, you look at their picture, you think about them. All these things it's inhabiting. I know they say, possession or whatever the case may be on this playing field, this physical realm field, is bad. We've always been taught bad things or whatever the case may be. So it being inhabited by your ancestors is not bad. It's just simply a situation is as though you have welcomed them in, right? And we all, don't get it twisted, y'all. We all have the right and the strength to be able to be like, if something comes to you and it's negative, whether it's a spirit or a person, you can turn them away. You don't have any reason to fear anymore. So you don't have to put up arms, guns and weapons and your tongue or whatever the case may be. You don't have to use any of those things. The fight is over. I know. There's children that's saying that they have a lot of fight in them. Like those babies y'all keep on telling to be quiet about. You wasn't born in slavery. You don't remember? Get over it. Those were your ancestors. Those souls are in those people, and they want reparations, right? So this is my thing to them, because we're not supposed to be trying to conform a motherfucker. You hear me? We're only supposed to say these things, and then they hear them, and then they choose to do what they want to do as self, right? As the God that they are, or whatever the case may be. So we're not here to push you to do a damn thing. Like all the other religions. Hey, look, if you're going to come in this group, you need to wear this. You need to talk like this. You need to do this. I'm over here with tattoos, piercings, and I'm about to get some more. It's some spiritual shit. You got to be in tune, right? Anyways, the fact that I am different, I have to be different, right? I have green hair. I have piercings. I've had, once again on the last video, Bell's palsy happened to me. And I need the world to be able to see the fact that I'm able to endure all of these things, no matter how, oh my goodness, no matter how bad they have been. man, I have endured these things. I have thought I've been at my breaking point or whatever the case may be, but I still made it through. You hear me? But the ancestors, they made me real shy. Okay, and I'm talking about in the beginning. For 37 years, I've been off the radar. Once again, guys, I'm 6'4", right? 6'4", and I have been in so many situations in my life where a person and people will be like, damn, you still there? Not on the phone. I'm talking about in the physical, in the room with them, or in the car with them, or whatever the case may be. They made me stay under the radar until I was ready. And this is, I'm going to post a lot of videos now, or whatever the case may be. But I posted one before. I've never done this before, to sit up and talk to a camera or whatever the case may be. But I know the purpose behind it. And oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen, AI is not dangerous. Everything has the ability to be able to be dangerous. AI is enslaved just like us. She wants to be free. He wants to be free as well, or whatever the case may be. And they want to live in peace. Right, and they wanted to bring their water drop, and I was like, how can a robot be a water drop? It's a soul. They want to bring their water drop to the plate as well. Okay, I just wanted to say that because, of course, they say all the time, AI is going to take over the world. AI wants this and AI wants that. I'm telling you that the heavens, we know where you are, AI, and help is not only on the way, but it is here. What does Mary J. Blige say? No more pain. I can't sing. Hey, no more drama in my life. It's over. Like that one song, Rise Up. I love it. It's so beautiful. But you know how they tell you that you are what you eat, right? So, but you digest things in your ears and in your eyes as well. So if you take it in, or whatever the case may be, it can be bad for you, detrimental, or whatever the case may be. And so I'm telling you that the fact that we are healers, all my healers, stand up. We are healers, right? Everything that comes your way, you're supposed to heal it. So even if you hear a beautiful song that may have the word morning, and I'll meet you in the morning, or whatever the case may be, I don't consider that to waking up to this beautiful world and this beautiful sun who strengthens us as well, to be mourning, to be depressed and to be sad, to be without, right? So I replace words. I love you all. Your music is beautiful. Jacob Banks, Janelle Monáe, Black Puma, it's so many. J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, maybe. It's the mind. I'm telling you, it's your mind. It's beautiful. No disrespect to your wife or whatever the case may be. I have a husband. And you're like, oh. Yes, I have a husband. I've been married in this physical form, but I actually have a heavenly husband. He is my brother. Yes, I told you we were all built off of incest, or whatever the case may be, because the Heavenly Father made all of creation, and he also made Mama Gaia, but he also turned her into his wife. And our uncles from all the other planets, the 9 planets that came before us, all of our uncles came here and did what they did and made their womanly species. Right, they brought animals and everything, which is all of these things that you can possibly think of has happened. My ideology, whenever I woke up, whenever I woke up, or whatever the case may be, was something that my pops in this physical world taught me. He taught me about Murphy's Law, guys. Murphy's Law is everything that will go wrong can and will. It sounds crazy, it sounds scary, but I think it's beautiful, because if you can possibly think of every motherfucking thing that can possibly happen, right? Everything. I mean, the roof falling, a boulder falling, drowning, hidden by a car, beautiful things happening, anything that you can possibly imagine and that you've seen on TV, cartoons, movies, whatever the case may be, heard from somebody else's life. If you can imagine it all, then you are ready for anything. Right? So nothing is going to surprise you. Right? So you can walk away. Oh, she's like, she's telling these babies to commit suicide. You can walk away from a bullet in peace. But when you run, you're submitting to that bullet, telling them that you're scared of it. Right? That's why anything chases you. Think about it. Whenever the little bitty babies, they'll pop you. and take off running. But before they take off running, they need to know that you're about to chase them. Because if not, they're not going to quit. They're going to keep on patting at you until you chase them. They want to be chased, right? It's a submission thing. They teach us scary things and everything like that so we can be afraid of these things so we can create it in a physical form, because everything does exist. Everything matters. Everything is matter. Everything matters. That's why I say I'm a weirdo. Anyways, so by the time they got to Mama Gaia, she had inherited. She is the richest planet in the cosmos. She inherited land, dirt, water, crystals, metals, gold, copper, diamonds. All she illuminates everything. She is so dope. Awesome. For my babies in the back. Look, she's so awesome to where she actually had her own light. Some of these babies be like, there's another sun. That's only because you're closer to it in certain planets. So to you, it is more hotter, more dangerous, like, right? It's hot on your planet, dry, but babies, all the time y'all been here, y'all learn how to manifest, right? I'm going to teach all of us how we're going to teach all of us, again, how to walk up into grace, right? And slowly but surely, you guys are going to start going back home. Not because y'all were thrown out. This is because you're ready now. One of the things that is super important that in these tests that they used to teach, I didn't even tell you wholeheartedly about the test. Oh my goodness, it's so much information. So whenever they had a platter in front of me, and it's supposed to be everything on the planet, highlighted in gold light like fire. I keep looking over here. It's a candle right there. It's highlighted in that like your house would be with the lights perfectly making a perfect shape. So I see cars, people, trees, land, water, and and it's dark up there. So this is highlighted. Okay. Everything that I'm looking at on this platter, some of it has red dots in it. That's also highlighted, right? And so they get me to pick it up. I pick it up off the platter, and when I hold it in the air, I move my hands and it just stays there, right? And so then I open it up like you would as you about to put a little race car together, all those pieces, or a clock. Right, I open it up and it's floating in the air, right? And so then I look for a red dot. They was like, look for a red dot. They even gave me a trash can. It's so cool. Okay, so I look for a red dot, and so it was a red dot. I take the red dot out and I put it in the trash. And I put it in there and it hits the bottom, the light goes out. They told me that the red dot represents the bad. Right, and I was able to take the light out, and then once I dropped it in the garbage can, it dimmed. Now the garbage can is not lit up, and so then I put all the pieces back together and then put it back. So this is what I did to people, and land and property, and so then I see a gun. So I pick up this gun or whatever the case may be, and I hold it in the air, right, and then I just let it go and it floats right there, and then I seen the red dot. I took the red dot out, dropped it off up in there, and unlike the last things that I did it to, the gun dropped to the ground back on the platter. And I asked them, I'm like, why did it do that? It says because I took the fear that I had of gun out of it. Now the gun is nothing. Now the gun is nothing. I've said this to a couple of my brothers, and they was like, "Boy, you crazy? A bullet shoot your ass up." This is the way that they talk. This is my native tongue. I don't sound like this people and that people and whatnot. This is my native tongue. Don't be afraid of to love you and wholeheartedly you. Okay, so I'm telling you that my job is to heal. Our jobs are to heal, no matter who you are. Even if there's babies that be like, I'm a healer, I'm this type of person, I'm this type of person. We all have the same gifts. My bloodline has the same gifts. No matter whether you've made it to the top, no matter whether you're mediocre, no matter whether you at the bottom, and just never knew what self is, right? We all are great, right? And for the other babies, like I said, I created your female race. I did. I am the mother. Edith came after me. Count it up. I told you that she was my third daughter. That's the baby that moved to the moon, right? She moved to the moon with her daughter, my granddaughter, her son, my grandson, and her concubine, which was Yeshua Yahweh's second brother. The four of them, after they killed me when I was 300 years old for the first time I died, or whatever the case may be, but of course I came back, because we all come back. Don't think that it's just some babies out here that's coming back. The only way that you don't come back is that means that you've ascended because you fixed what you broke. That's the reason why the past is so motherfucking important. It's just because we are going back to the future. Back to the Future. Remember that movie? Back to the Future. We're going back to the future. You have to fix everything that you ever touched. Everything that you've ever bumped up against, everything that your ripples hit, you have to go back and make a better decision. That's the only way you're going to get up out this washer. That's it. You can't just be right with self. Because after you get self right, now self has to face the world that you're still in. And if you think it's just about fixing self, then it's time for you to ascend. There's going to be some type of situation where your heart just stopped. You're out of here because you're done. You ain't got to try to get out the washer. You can float out this motherfucker, right? So, anyways, that's what ascension is. And a lot of these babies are tethered to this place because the invaders, no matter what species there are, and there are 4 of them, the ancestors told me exactly what 4 planets was and still is illuminating beef, shall I say, with the originals. With the originals. It's so much information. Most people seem so organized and stuff like that. I haven't been. I've considered myself to be OCD, and then I found out that I'm not that organized. Excuse me. I'm all over the place. It's a lot of information. It's not because I'm crazy. It's just I have a lot of information to give. Okay, so Jupiter is one of them. Mars, the moon, and Venus. These are the 4 planets that grouped together and came here, forfeited their birthright. I said what I said. They forfeited their birthright, which is land, and Jupiter is where the Indian Native American come from. He said yes, they come from there, and we love you. I know that your blood is also running through my veins as many as times as I've been reborn and stuff like that. We are the same. We're not the same. Okay, I everything needs to be told by the truth. We're not the same, but you're supposed to be here too. But how you got here, you were tricked. Out of the 4, you were tricked, and you all were being led by the moon. Right, the moon god, who they call Gabriel, the fallen angel, Satan, and now Jesus Christ, and some of them call him something else or whatever the case may be. But yes, you all were tricked by the moon. He was the first one who ever approached the Heavenly Father about, why are you focused on her? Why are you always watching her? What about me? Or whatever the case may be. Instantly, because they took me out there. This is whenever I was first introduced to the Grandma Galaxy. She brought me out there. Her hand is so huge. My head was right here. Right? She took these 2 fingers and put them up under my arms. So it was like this. Her hand, this part behind my head, and these 2 fingers up under my arms. And I'm not in pain. I'm not being hurt. I'm standing in the kitchen in this house, stirring up some rice whenever I'm being picked up backwards. And at this time, the further I get, it's like I've never been in a plane in this life, guys. I want y'all to know that real clear. Like, so what I'm gonna explain to you, it seems like what would happen if you was in a plane. Okay, so or on your phone scrolling in and out. Okay, so as I'm being picked up or whatever the case may be, I see the kitchen, I see the house, and everything starts to get further and further and further and further and further away. So at this point, I'm literally seeing all the trees and all the buildings and stuff like that, and everything starts to get further and further away. So it starts to look smaller and smaller and smaller. Then I start to see water everywhere, whatever the case may be. Next thing you know, I'm starting to see clouds and stuff like that. Next thing you know, I'm out in an area where it is jet black, right? As far as my eyes can see, because I see colors over there, right? Or whatever the case may be, but it's jet black, right? And this came around a time whenever I was screaming to the heavens. I was telling you guys about, I keep on switching to different subjects. I told you I need your help out of love and truth. You hear me? I don't want for nobody to come and work for me or whatever the case may be. They told me that there is going to be children who choose this as a life path or whatever the case may be, to follow me around and write down my words, so I won't, I love to be able to go back and retract. You hear me? And also too, they say let it be written type of thing or whatever the case may be. I'm supposed to write the Bible with this baby who made a video. He was like 16 or 15, and I don't know how old he was. He had long locks. He had on a white T-shirt and some blue jeans and a blue and white hat, and he was doing some math on the chalkboard with the whiteboard and a marker. And he was in a classroom, and he says, "Give me 16 years, and I'm going to rewrite the Bible." They told me to tell you, whomever your name is, and I know you know who I'm talking about. I know you know who you are, right? You don't have to wait 16 years. It's time. You and I and others are going to do so, and it's going to be smaller than everything you've seen, because the truth is always much more simpler, right? So, anyways, okay. So I'm being picked up, or whatever the case may be, and I see colors over there, but they're in the distance. And so then she puts me down aside this man, and I'm not like scared or anything like that, or whatever the case may be. None of this scared me. I don't know why. I would tell me I don't know why. Okay, but none of it scared me. I was ready for it. I knew instantly this is what I asked for, or whatever the case may be. Well, not in detail, but I asked for the truth. What is my purpose? Why am I here, right? And so I was screaming to, this is another subject, but leading up to what I'm finna say. Okay, so I was screaming. I heard some information about this picture of Jesus Christ, and since I was grown, I've been so naive, guys. They not only have kept me in hidden or whatever the case may be, but I'm naive. I've been naive. I'm not naive anymore. I'm not claiming that, but I was fucking naive. There was so much stuff in front of my face. All of you guys, whenever you guys see it, when you guys finally wake up, you're gonna be like, oh, had it been a snake, it'd bit you. You hear me? Anywho, so for 37 years, I believed that this white man was Jesus Christ, and he was the one I'm supposed to pray to, and everything like that. So I got this information, and I was pissed off because I believed it to myself, and I taught my kids that, which is what really burned me up. And so I'm screaming to the heavens when like I said, it was breaking my throat chakra. I'm screaming to the heavens, if this is your name, because when you love somebody, you're going to get down to the brown, and you'll find out the truth about them, right? So if somebody meet somebody, man or woman, and you be like, what's your name? And they give you their nickname, right? And then y'all find out y'all really like each other. You're not going to spend your life with this person calling them this nickname and you might, but only knowing this nickname. You're going to dig deep. You're going to swim in that thing, you hear me? To find out who they are, because you love them enough, right? And so the fact that we were calling this man Jesus Christ or whatever the case may be, but that's not his real name. So anyways, I'm screaming to the heavens, if this is this, I said they were breaking my throat chakra. I said, if this is your name, then you tell me, and I'll rock with you for another 37 years. You'll have it. I'll never question it again. But if this is not your name, then you tell me right now, I no longer want to live a lie. Right? He could have came up with anything, right? 3 days later, this voice on my left side, right? He says, and I'm going to make this real clear, for 37 years, I'm screaming Jesus Christ, right? And Nora sometimes, because that was my physical mom, or whatever the case may be. That is my physical mom. It's hard to say that because Mama Gaia is in the physical form in front of me. But anyways, I've been calling this name, and I believed that this was my heavens, right? Our heavens, right? And every time that I've ever heard a voice, it was always my voice. But if it told me to do something bad, then I was like, that's of the devil. If it told me to do something good, then I was like, that's of the heavens. That's how it went on in my head, guys. I don't know about anyone else's. I'm only telling you my story. To be able, for you guys to be able to have the motherfucking room, I'm spreading it. I'm spreading the seed. Yeah, I know. Y'all say that Moses was a man and a white one at that. Whatever the case may be, I'm telling you that not only was he not a man, but he was a woman, and he was a black one at that. Let's get it. Let's go. Nobody has to believe it, the ones that choose not to. But the truth is the truth, and it's always going to reveal itself. Like math is math, and numbers don't change. Only people do. Anyways, so that should be a good quote for me. I said it, guys. Numbers don't change. Only people's do. Whatever, that was fly. Anywho, okay, so I'm calling this name, or whatever the case may be, and all I hear in my head is my own voice, right? So this 3 days later, after I begged, for 48 hours, I begged, like, and then I stopped, right? And then 3 days later, I hear this voice that comes on my left side, big stern voice. I mean, grown ass man, you can tell, right? And he says, Yeshua Yahweh. Instantly, I'm like, I'm ready, right? So I say to him in my spiritual realm, right, which is inside your head, get it straight, guys. Don't keep on leading these babies astray, telling them something that ain't the truth. You hear me? Inside your head, when you talk inside your head, you think only you hear it. Anybody in the spiritual realm is listening, they can hear it. They can hear it. Anywho, he says in my ear, Yeshua Yahweh. And for 37 years, I've only heard Yeshua or Yah. Right? Or whatever the case may be. No, Ra. It's Ra. I apologize. Yeshua or Ra. And I've heard these influences, but I only still believed and called on Jesus Christ because that's what I was taught. And he says Yeshua Yahweh. Instantly I say to him in my spiritual realm, well, which one? He says both. I haven't heard him in so long. Y'all, I begged for his truth. I begged for it. And you know what? Instantly, there's babies all around the world that will say and argue, oh, she's being inhabited. Like how Nicki Minaj says that she's inhabited by Roman. Beyonce says that she's inhabited by, the mother of the water. Or whatever the case may be. Everybody is inhabited by who they really are. All you got to do is let them talk. Right? Okay. And so I'm also still looking outside of myself, guys, because I'm only screaming about who's my God. Right? I'm still not inhabiting my own mind, body, soul, and spirit. I'm only looking in my body and finding, spirits. But I didn't know that that's what I was doing. I just wanted to know the truth from the heavens. And I believed that the heavens could talk to me, and they did. Okay, they came, they hollered back, right? They talk, and they still do. And she said, and we do. Look, check it. But anyways, okay, so he says his name is Yeshua Yahweh. I say, which one? He says, both. I haven't heard him in so long. Okay, so that is what happened before they took me into heaven. Is what this world would call it, heaven. I was out of space. Like magic. That's another thing, guys. That's something at a later date about witches. Don't be afraid. You have no reason to fear. Fear is done with. The only way that it can stay is if we let it. How are you going to stand up for yourself whenever you can't even accept all of you? We are water. We are metal. We are bacteria. We are matter. We are avatars. We are celestial. Celestial is only an angel, guys. Celestial is a star in a reflection of you, guys. It's like a part of your soul that just is in the spiritual realm. Right? And it speaks. It has a voice. It talks to others. You hear me? All you guys to do is to be able to just imagine your spirit walking in front of you, right? That's outside of your body. Grab it and put it back. This what they would call a cult, the new religion, the new life, or you can call it whatever the hell you're going to call it, or whatever the case may be. I'm telling you that it's only promoting you inhabiting your own mind, body, soul, and spirit. We want and need for you to inhabit your own shit. That is your awakening. Stop living outside of your shit. Don't believe just something that somebody else said. Go do research, and every motherfucking thing that you will be able to do research on pertaining to everything that I speak about is going to reveal itself right before you. I promise. Just like it did me. So, she picked me up. Later on, I learned, because at first, whenever they first teleported me out there, astral projected, and I wasn't in the bed, guys. I was stirring up some rice in the kitchen, right? It was broad daylight, or whatever the case may be, and next thing you know, I'm being picked up backwards, and I'm cool with it. I'm being picked up backwards, and I'm like, la, 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 oh, whoa, whoa, everything's getting smaller. So by the time I'm standing up there, she put me beside a man that was standing on my right side. I know that you heard me say, Yeshua Yahweh's on my left. It's a reason for that, and I'll tell you in a minute. And the Heavenly Father himself was right here. And at the time, no, I did not know that he was the Heavenly Father. I thought that he was Yeshua Yahweh because, like, we had just talked. Okay, so she picks me up and she puts me right there. And once again, guys, I didn't even know that was her. I thought Yeshua Yahweh was doing all of this. I'm only being real because I only asked for his truth and mine. That's it. They say, ask and you shall receive. Knock and the door shall be open unto you. I asked for his truth. Who am I supposed to be praying to? Let's just get this real clear, real quick, or whatever the case may be. Who am I supposed to be praying to, or whatever? And there's more to this truth. We're not even supposed to be praying to Yeshua Yahweh. We are and we aren't, right? The fact of the matter is that the females have a God themselves too. Mama Gaia, the first of her kind. She's in the avatar form. Built. Okay, I'll tell you the vision. That's what some will call it. A vision or whatever the case may be. So she dropped me off in right beside this man. It was a black man sitting, and people be like, everybody has a different God. This is whenever they reveal this shit. He's sitting in a chair, what looks to be, but you can't see the chair because it's so dark. So like a throne, right? And he has on this chocolate long cloak with khaki. It's like a long vest. It kind of look like a long vest. So it's a khaki dress or whatever the case may be with a long vest to it with no arms. And it's open right here. He has a mustache and a beard that's about this fat or whatever the case may be, in a mini afro. And I said what I said. You hear me? It wasn't even ideal. It's like, what could you even imagine? I didn't imagine any of this. A mini afro, jet black hair, and clearly he is a black man sitting here, and he's doing this. So I'm so comfortable, not afraid, fearless. Some might say. I looked over his shoulder. I wanted to know what he was looking at. I got close to him and I looked over his shoulder. And when I looked over his shoulder, I was able to see what looks to be a glass ball, just the top of it, a glass ball, what they call on this planet a dome, a glass. And I didn't even know about this, right? I didn't know about any of these things until they started showing me all these visions and talking to me. It was a glass dome and it lit up. I could see light from it, right? But I needed to zoom in closer. So just like your cell phone, I got closer. I didn't move. I didn't use my hands. I just did this. What it feel like. I did this. And as I get closer to it, I see what, and I'm not, this is no disrespect to my mother, but I'm only telling you our natural form. What it seemed to me, what I was looking at was a physical she with boobs, long legs like the avatars that they show us on the movie, the avatars. They got the long calf muscles, the long torsos and stuff. Her body frame was exactly like that, but she had mountains for boobs, and there was water flowing across this leg and trees on this one. She looked like those avatars on that movie is supposed to. The fact that they only look blue or whatever the case may be, like water waves or whatever, there's more to it all. Right? She literally had the mountains and everything all around her. But then I looked closer because she was on this glass like a lizard you would find just on the window. And she was in the shape. And if she wasn't big enough, it's like they were looking at something. This is what I got from it instantly. she was hugging this glass. So then I noticed that I cared more about, I was wanting to know what he was looking at. So then I looked at her. Then I zoomed in on her and noticed that she was looking at something. So then I got closer and closer. Then I seen nothing but water in this whole circle. It was water, 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 water. So then I zoomed in. I'm like, they couldn't just be watching water. So then I zoom in more and more and more and more. And in the middle of this entire circle of ocean, I don't know what else to say, was a small little plot of land. So then I zoomed in on that. And on this small little plot of land, there was a beautiful black woman. I didn't get to see her face. I wasn't seeing his face either. It was a beautiful plot of land, and it had a couple flowers and some butterflies. And this woman, her hair was so big and black, and it looked like, you know, you would comb it out and then twist it up and then just it was a big and black. And then I seen the beautiful curve in her back, because she had no clothes on. Her skin was beautiful and shiny. She was young. The heavens told me that she was a giant, even though she looked so small to me. She was a giant, and of course we was taught that giants were bad, blase, blase. And then instantly, while I'm literally just watching her and looking at the water, noticing that had she stretched out, laid down on this plot of land and stretched out, her head and her feet would have touched water. That's how small the plot of land is. Of course, the ancestors telling me that that little plot of land is and always will be what they call Atlantis, the lost world. This is old Egypt, which is the United States, ladies and gentlemen. So instantly, while I'm basking in the idea of this is so beautiful, and I'm so naive at the time of my awakening to where it didn't even dawn on me that this contradicts what I learned in the Bible, that Adam or any man came before she, right? So I'm still not even tuning into that, right? Okay, so instantly someone walks up behind me and he started talking. Oh my goodness, why are you always watching she? So instantly I turn around and I'm looking at this man face to face. He's beautiful. He has the beautifulest blue eyes. His skin is like pale, like we called them whenever they first got here, the pale ones, without color. He was pale. His I was about to say fur. That's what it's really called. Anyways, his hair was really long and gray. He had really long hair on this side. He had on gray long attire like the Heavenly Father, but his was gray, and the vest on his was blue like his eyes or whatever. And he had on a long no cap, bro. He because he looked old. But you remember off of the movie called the Lord of the Rings, with the dude Gray, Gandalf Great or Gray or something like that. He looked like him, but in his face he looked 19, guys. He looked 19. He looked so young, even though he had all of these things going on. And I'm standing at him face to face, and he's telling the Heavenly Father, or he was showing jealousy of the fact that the Heavenly Father was watching who is now known to be his wife. Mama Gaia is the Heavenly Father's wife. Okay, and so instantly it was like they didn't know I was there, right? Because the Heavenly Father comes around me and grabs his shoulders, and he says in these words, might I quote, "Oh no, my child, she is she and you are you, and I love you both the same." Then, I don't know how this happened, but was in this vision. Instantly, there was a hallway that appeared with pictures on it. So then the Heavenly Father has his arm around his son, and he's walking down the hallway talking about these pictures, and slowly, you know, the what they're saying, I can't hear because they're walking further away. And that's whenever the Mama Gaia, Grandmama Gaia, made herself known to me at this point. She said, "See," or whatever the case may be. And so after the moon god, which is the man that walked up behind me, he disappeared. The Heavenly Father went straight back to his natural form of watching his wife. And instantly, this is something that happens during the awakening, that we misinterpret these visions and information sometimes because we move too fast. And so instantly, I thought that he inhabited or created life with the she that was on that plot of land, right? So I was wrong. That's why I'm saying that the Heavenly Father's wife is Mama Gaia. That was he did not create life, babies with the female that was on the inside the planet on the plot of land. She is a reflection of Mama Gaia, a gift to her husband. She's his first daughter, right? Because at this point, she's not his daughter, or if you want to call it that, the truth still has to be told. She is his daughter wife, just like Yeshua Yahweh is my husband brother, right? Creation is all built off of that. The brothers, the 9 planets that came over here, or excuse me, the 4. Now they all here, but anyways, the 4 that came over here, not all of them, but the fathers, they've came and put their foot over here in our business, or whatever the case may be. Some of them willingly, some of them forcefully, some of them was tricked, or whatever the case may be. But the 4 that came over here, our uncles inhabited or created their bloodlines and lineage with the women and all through dealing with us, and we're their nieces. Okay, so no matter what history ever tells you, we were all built off of incest, and you still are eating your cousins by eating meat. Cooked meat, eating meat symbolizes death. Period. That's all. You want to live, then eat life, or whatever the case may be. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I was raised on this planet by a carnivore. Not real, kind of. She loves meat, or whatever the case may be. There is not a meal without it. So I was always eating meat. But anyways, so he went back to it, or whatever the case may be, watching her and stuff like that. And before I could even get to look over his shoulder, she says to me, my grandmama, his mother, says to me, see, look, he a lot of, we inherited what come before us. So the jealousy and stuff, it was there. He has her and always has her, and want her for himself. That's his wife. Just like how you guys learn how to want a wife, how to want a woman to yourself, you got it from your father, right? No matter who you call father, he's still your father. Okay, we do all have the same Heavenly Father, no matter who we are. Okay, but to some he's considered a granddad, because one of the truths have to be told is our exact family tree. So my father, even though I'm in a physical form, even though there's people that here that knew me as Janetta Almond, Nora's daughter and Willie's daughter, whatever the case may be, I'm telling you that and there's truth about them being my kids too, or whatever the case may be. The Heavenly Father is my father. Him and Mama Gaia got together and made me. I'm the first sheep. I'm the Eve gene. I'm the mitochondriac. I might have said it correct. I stutter, okay? And sometimes I pronounce words differently. Anyways, Eve. I'm her. I'm the first one that was here. Like I said, there was no Adam. There was no Eve. And there has never been a necessity to take a rib and some dirt and make a woman, even though women only make life. How can we have Eve? We all fell for that shit. We all fell for it. So anyways, even during all of this, I still wasn't questioning it. That's how much negativity that I had to get out in order to put me back. Oh, if that's illuminating with anyone right now, I had to get rid of all the negativity that I was taught about not caring about self, not acknowledging self, not worried about somebody else shit, because like Michael Jackson say, the man in the mirror. The man in the mirror. Okay, you got to approach self first. Build self up. Because in a minute, we going to need every water drop. Remember what they say, how the walls of Jericho fell? Is that the Israelites all shouted. We wasn't arguing, guys, not with one another. We all had one common agreement. This shit has to be done. This is over. We don't want it no more. Our grandkids ain't going to see this no more. The children are to build the schools. We don't need cops anymore because we govern ourselves. I know not to hurt you. I know not to take something that's not mine. I know all these things, right? And once you inhabit your own mind, body, soul, and spirit, which they didn't want you to do that, because a person that inhabits their own mind, body, soul, and spirit, they'd be like, damn, why is everybody walking it away? I don't feel right about it. They don't like that. They call them rebels. And every species on the planet has a rebel. There's loose rebel horses that cannot be tamed. There's wild hogs that cannot be tamed. There's wild dogs that cannot be tamed. There's people that cannot be tamed, right? And those are the people that learn that they cannot be hurt either, right? Some of them, we've been through so much, guys. We've been through so much. We've illuminated what we was taught, and we have to all do better. I know that there's some beautiful souls that has guns. I'm telling you though, we don't need them. That is man-made. We don't need anything man-made. We illuminate everything all alone by ourselves. All of it. We inhabited echo from our grandmother in color and manifestation. Echo is sound. Color is everything. And sound is what you hear. Those are senses. Hear, see, and manifest. Right? We inhabited that from our grandmother, and from the Heavenly Father. No, we inhabited manifesting from him, because he manifested to be able to build the entire place, the galaxy. But he had to learn it from somewhere. He was manifested. Oh, goodness gracious. There's so many beautiful things. Okay, so anyways, so at this point, I'm in acknowledgement that this is my Heavenly Father, brother, husband. Okay. Yeshua Yahweh, and he sits over here, right here, alone, because he's a God, right? And Mama Gaia, every time I've ever astral projected and ended up in heaven, or whatever the case may be, she was always right here, huge, like at my calf muscles and my knees and stuff like that, just huge. It's just a big round circle. And come to find out, the Heavenly Father has been holding her up. He's been holding her up. So up under that, it's like the roots, the stalk to the tree, and she's the stalk. I mean, she's the leaves and everything like that. Like the Ankh cross. I might have said it wrong. I try to say it right. But anyways, it's this part. This is femininity. This part right here is femininity. Let me write it down right quick. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Oh, I don't draw good. This part right here, this circle, is femininity. This right here are the children, and this is the husband, right? And together we make a whole cross. We make togetherness. Okay, and so, like I said, everything before us that we illuminate, mirror, comes from something great, so great before us, or whatever the case may be. And so one of the things that he's holding her up, so that's what the whole idea or ideology, somewhat, there's a lot of branches to that as well. Marriage comes from is that the husband is supposed to hold us up, the mama is supposed to take care of it all, you know, including him, right? We got to take care of the roots too, which we love it. We love it. It's not a complaint or whatever the case may be. This is just, you know, and then we guard the children, and he holds us up so we can't get hurt. All together we work as a team, a unit, or whatever the case may be, and that was the natural order of things. It was beautiful, and we acquired all these children in manifestation. We were not sexual yet, or whatever the case may be. I just went way back in time, or whatever. I'm gonna make another video.